Good evening. Next week, we will be celebrating Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is one of my favorite holidays because of the way that we spend time with our families, eat delicious food, and enjoy classic football games. I just want to tell you guys about my Thanksgiving 2012. I was coming home from my aunt's house from dinner. We had just finished watching football, and I was telling them how much I was so pumped up for my break because it was the first time I got a break from school from football practice. I played football my sophomore year, and I was the captain of my football team. I worked really hard that season to be on varsity the next year. When we got to my house, it was my mom, my brother, and my mom's ex-boyfriend and I in the car. My mom's ex-boyfriend got upset because of a canceled Black Friday trip. And when we got out the car, he was asking to come in the house. My mother told him not tonight, and that made him very angry, and he became abusive. He started to hit my mom, and I was shocked that he was acting the way he did. I came outside and I tried to control him, put him under control, but he started getting more fired up and was saying a lot of things like, "I'm gonna kill y'all," and he didn't want us to be here anymore. So my mom and my brother called the police while I was outside trying to calm him down, but he continued to get more worked up every minute. I said to my mom that we would have to do something and do something fast before this thing gets out of hand. When I was outside with him, he was chasing me around his car, and I was trying to avoid him just to kill time until the cops arrived. But finally, my mom called me in the house after she had got off the phone with the police, and I ran in as fast as I could, not knowing what to expect. After that, I locked the door and I looked back in the living room to see if my mom and my brother were okay. They were sound in the living room, and it seemed like everything was okay. It was within a split second, I heard loud noises outside of my door. These noises were gunshots, and I didn't know that they were gunshots until I was shot in the stomach through the door. I didn't know what to do or what to say. The only thing I said was I told my mom and my brother to get down because he was shooting through the door. I moved to the side and he came inside of the house. He stormed inside of the house and went up to my mom and my brother and shot them. I was still conscious and I saw this all. I saw him shoot my brother, who was 10 at the time. He came in and he shot me again as well. I was there and I was begging him to stop, but he continued to hit us with his firearm and stomp us while we were already down. He fired more shots in the house and soon the police came. This all lasted for maybe less than 10 minutes, but this felt like forever. I didn't know what to think as I was slowly becoming unconscious when he stomped me and my brother on the ground while we were down. I woke up in the hospital the next day and I had no idea where my mom was, where my brother was, and I had no idea what to think about what he had did. This was a really crazy experience because when I finally, the only thing I could ask was, is my mom alive? Is my brother alive? I didn't see them for a couple days, and that ran me more crazy than the actual gunshots I had sustained from that night. Just not knowing where my family were and were they gonna be okay, because I thought in my head that I was gonna be okay, because I never try to think negatively about anything. But I didn't know, because especially my brother. He was so young at the time. I didn't know what to think about that. This was a very dark time for me. But since then, I've turned it around and I've tried to do my best to make everything the best I can and deal with it and make the best of what I have. I was in the hospital for 3 months and had 10 surgeries. And with that, I had my leg amputated above the knee. Once I had my leg amputated, I had to relearn how to walk, how to keep my balance, and I had to train my muscles all over again, and just to even get back to school and do my schoolwork in school. I was on homebound for about 6 months. But I came back to school and I passed my sophomore year, and I was trying to come back to play football that same year. I was training with physical therapy, getting my gait back to the way I wanted it to be, and I soon learned how to run. I appreciated the fact that I could get up and walk again after I got my prosthetic leg, because I know how it felt to not be able to walk for so long, to be on crutches and have to hop instead of actually using 2 feet to walk. When my mom and when we were in the hospital, my mom would come to each room and go back and forth to see my brother and I, and my family had to stay super strong just to keep my spirits up through this time. The only time that I knew everything was gonna be okay is on this picture, when my brother and I got the first time we saw each other after the incident. And I looked at him and I told him it was gonna be okay, and he said it was gonna be okay. And after that, I had no doubt in my mind that we would make a miraculous comeback to be 2 really outstanding kids. I graduated on time from Thomasdale High School, and I'm now really blessed to say that I'm a sophomore in college, and I'm on this stage, and it's just a blessing to be here today, talking to you about what's happened, because I know I could have been not here to tell this story, and there was a slim chance of survival for us, but we made it through. I went to Connecticut over the summer, and I didn't know what to expect my first time getting on a plane, or my first time going to Camp No Limits, which is a camp for amputees. At Camp No Limits, amputees team up with physical therapy students to learn new ways of doing daily life activities, such as walking, running, doing certain stuff that amputees never imagined that they would have the power to do. This was a great experience for me because I learned that being at Camp No Limits, there is no limits. You have the power to do anything you put your mind to, and nobody can stop you no matter what you have or what you go through. It's just, you have to have that self-motivation to step over any hurdle that comes in your path. I believe I found out that I wanted to pursue my career in physical therapy after coming from Camp No Limits. I had a partner that I was working with. He was younger than me, about my little brother's age, and I was teaching him some things that I had learned from physical therapy. And we were playing basketball. He told me he loved basketball. And I taught him how to shoot and dribble between his legs. And he was really proud to say that he learned that. So at the end of camp, we had a session saying, what was your favorite part of camp? And when it was his turn, he told camp that his favorite part of camp was meeting CorRales. That was awesome for me, and I would love to impact people's lives in that same way. And that's why I am studying to be a physical therapist now in college. When I went to Connecticut, we played sled hockey, and it was my first time playing adaptive sports. I didn't give up on playing sports after I didn't play football anymore because I know that I was given athletic talents for a reason, but it just wasn't to be in the National Football League. Now I play adaptive sports, and when I learned how to play sled hockey, it was my first time ever playing adaptive sports. We had an arena with ice, and we get on the sled and use 2 sticks. One, you would be able to maneuver around the ice with its ice picks at the end of your sticks. So you stick those in the ice and you push it as hard as you can to let the sled slide on the ice. And on the other side, you have your puck, your stick where you hit the puck. When I learned how to play sled hockey, they told me that I was a natural and that I should pursue playing sled hockey when I went back home. I tried that, but that didn't work out either because in Richmond, we don't have a sled hockey team. Yeah. That was something I could only experience in New England. So I'll be going back for that, but now I've started to play wheelchair basketball. Just a month ago, I started my career playing wheelchair basketball, and I've already been promoted to play for the National Wheelchair Basketball Association, play for the Richmond. I play on the Richmond Rim Riders, and my first tournament today, I scored my first bucket. So, we won, so that was a big win for me. And to be here is just an extreme blessing for me. So, I just want to say that sometimes in life we face obstacles, but you never know where we'll have the opportunity to turn once we get over that obstacle and go to something else. And if another obstacle comes your way, you just have to knock it out and finish the race. Thank you.
I think we just need to take a moment to commend you on your bravery. Can we get one more hand for him, everyone? Thank you so much for speaking.
Thank you.